Facebook Live.
Howdy.
Look at this. There's like two people in your screen right now, and we're sort of being blinded by the light, as it were.
We're cut loose like a deuce.
Cut loose like a deuce. We are also, we don't think we're looking a little ghostly, which is very appropriate.
Yes.
For what we are talking about. So Lindsay Price here, and my guest
is Craig Mason.
Craig Mason. We are the owners of Theatrefolk, and the question for this Facebook Live is this your next competition play?
Yes.
We don't. What? What is your next competition play?
This
is your next competition play. So we are featuring a new play, new to our catalog, The Blue and the Gray, Pretty, The Blue and the Gray, and we're going to answer that question. Is this your next competition play? Are you looking for, what are you looking for in a competition play? That's what we want in the comments. If you're watching this, you do competitions, maybe you're with a thespian group, maybe you do one acts in the SCTC roster of competitions. Maybe you're in Ontario, as we are, and you do the Sears Drama Festival. What are you looking for in a competition piece? So we are going to talk about why this brand new play, The Blue and the Gray, by R.S. Paulette, why this should be your next competition play, the competition piece. The very first one is that it is written for high school performers by a high school teacher, someone in the know, someone who knows who is writing for students. And I think that's pretty important, when we're looking at plays to put in our catalog. Mm-hmm. The fact that it's been done in high schools is something that's on our it's on our criteria list.
Yes. A lot of our writers are high school teachers who have written material, or school teachers who have written material for their students, and there's a really good reason for that. It's been battle tested. It's it's been customized to their needs and their abilities, and that's why a lot of the stuff that we have comes from teachers writing for their students. So we know that's what you're looking for. You're looking for something that's been battle tested. I think that is a good way to put it. Especially with this. That's a little tease. So, and if you are looking for competition stuff that can be you can take to competition, you want to know that. You want to know that it's something that it's going to work in competition. This was written, R.S. Paulette. He wrote this in 2014 for the Virginia High School League one-act theater competition. So it was written for a competition. And it is a one-act. It's 35 minutes, and in the notes he talks about that he did it down to make sure that it was down to the wire. It was 35 minutes, which translates well if you are in a thespian group, and if you're in Sears, your time limit is 50 minutes, so you are golden. Not only is it very knowledgeable about time, it is very RS is really interested in flexibility, right? He knows your pain. He knows that you need a flexible cast. He knows that sometimes you have people who drop out or things change, and you need something, you need gender flexibility. So this was written with 4 females, 3 males, and a general unlimited ensemble of either gender, and even some of the roles within the piece are gender flexible. There's a teacher, Morrissey, who goes by, all the kids call him Moz, could be female. The part of Anna, dead sister, was originally dead brother. So that is something that could go. He is really, he knows what high school teachers are going through when it comes with putting together a one act, and he is all about flexibility. So that is reason number 1 why this will be your next competition piece. It is written for high school students by a high school teacher. Number 2, it's award-winning, and I'm going to read the award it won because I don't know the names of all the awards. Multiple awards. But Virginia Theater... think it was Virginia Theater Association, right?
Yes. So this is in
they have a
SCTC.
big, yeah, we've been there before. They have a massive festival. It's tons of one acts. And Lindsay judged them one year too.
I did,
but
so
not this year.
Not this year. That's at the state level. So we're talking in tiers.
Right.
So this is a play that went through all 3 tiers. So starting at the conference level.
Yeah. So it received first place in its local conference, along with an all-conference lead actress award. It won first place in the 1A East region, along with Outstanding Actress Award, so he must have been a very good actress. Plus, also Coach of the Year for the playwright/director. And then at the state festival, the play received another Outstanding Actress Award. So if you're looking for a piece for a strong female, then it sounds like this might be right up your alley.
Right up your alley. If you are looking for, I know that sometimes that's what you're looking for. If you are in competition, you want something that is going to wow your judges. Wowing. Right here. Wowing.
I'm wowed.
Wow. I'm so wowed. All right. Number 3. So 1, it is a high school, written by a high school teacher for high school students. 2, it is award-winning. And we're moving on to number 3. If you have your reasons for what you're looking for in a competition piece, why you choose plays for your competitions, put that into the comments. That's something that everyone wants to know. Everyone wants to know, how do you choose a competition piece? And we've done 2 things already. We're moving on to number 3. Number 3, I think, is most important to us. When we're thinking about pieces that we're going to include in our catalog, I think that number 3 was the reason that we moved with the blue and the gray forward.
Mm-hmm. And I mean, it's the fact that it's very theatrical.
It's theatrical.
And but that just doesn't apply to just competition pieces. I think that's what we're always looking for in any play submission that we want to move forward and put out to you guys. It's got to be a piece of theater first and foremost, and not an essay or any other form. First and foremost, it has to be something that is visual, something that is enacted and can only really live on stage. And when I read this, the first thing is actually that it's also very poetic, this piece, and the imagery is very vivid. And what's lovely as a reader, not all plays are like this, but as a reader, this is a beautiful play just to read, because he is so descriptive even in stage directions, and so visual in his writing. Very inspired by poetry. As an actor, I think it would be a real delight to delve into this piece, and I think it's something that I think would do well with beginning actors. But I think if you want to go deeper and explore concepts with your more advanced actors, I think this is a really rich piece that you really could. It's one of those ones that you really could just dive deeper and deeper into the way the dialogue is written. It's one of those pieces, I think, truly where you could run the show for a year, and on the closing night, your actors would still have new ideas on how to approach the dialogue. And
I'm going to add on to that and say that this is something that you can do with multiple levels. Like if you have a large beginning acting crew and a handful of senior actors, this is a great play, because you can put your beginning actors in the ensemble, and get them on the exploration track. Get them to explore. They are exploring choral soundscapes by using Walt Whitman's poetry. They are doing drum soundscapes. They play Lost Confederate soldiers. They play students. There's lots of little pieces, little parts that could be individual or could just come from the ensemble.
So the ensemble in this piece is not
static.
Yeah, they're not static. They're not an afterthought. They're deeply integrated into the script. So for those of you who have trouble, getting kids to be in the ensemble and not be the big star, at least you can hang your hat on that the ensemble is. There's a lot demanded of the ensemble too, physically, vocally, and theatrically.
And this is a piece that depends on mood and atmosphere. It's very specifically mentioned that the atmosphere is ghostly, dreamlike, and haunting. Right? Get your ensemble to be ghostly, dreamlike, and haunting. Do you have technical students? Do you have lighting? Ghostly. Eh?
Whoops. Hey, we're live.
Hey, we're live.
Okay, there we go.
Ghostly. Ghostly.
I'm gonna hold that.
Ghostly. No. Okay.
Go on.
Okay. So,
This is live, folks. Okay,
there
we
you
go.
There you go. Okay. If you have students, technical students, so lighting designers, sound designers, get them to put together the atmosphere of this play with light and sound, experiment with ghostly, dreamlike, haunting. And also what's really wonderful in terms of theatricality is that this is a unit set, so that there's a platform on stage and some desks, and they take care of all of the locations. Mm-hmm. The little platform is a lake, which becomes the ice, and we're not looking for a real forest. We are looking for the theatricality of this world that is being created in this play. So we have, it is written by a high school teacher for high school students, that it is award-winning. It is theatrical. So these are some of the things that we think are we're highlighting some of the reasons why this is your next competition play, The Blue and the Gray by R.S. Paulette.
Why am I doing that?
Because it's fun.
Okay.
Because this is a beautiful, this is an absolutely beautiful logo. I love this logo. We can get you this logo. And these are the reasons that we are highlighting why this is your next competition play. What are you looking for in a competition piece? Put that below in the comments. Share what you're looking for. There's lots of folks out there who struggle with finding a competition piece that is going to hit all the right buttons for them.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
And hasn't been done a million times,
and hasn't been done a million times.
That's what's great, is that this is brand new, so it really hasn't been out there much.
Think about it. If you are somebody who performs every year in your district, you know the plays. You know the plays that are done over and over and over again. This is not going to be one of those plays. And lastly...
Yes. So you can be the first.
Yes.
You can start the trend.
So, and lastly, I just wanted to, just because, this is like educational theater, so let's throw in the cross-curricular, right? We're talking history connections. This play connects very strongly with the Civil War. We have a Civil War musket. We have Confederate soldiers, lost dead Confederate soldiers. We're also talking a literature connection. We have Walt Whitman, and we have his Civil War poetry in the piece.
And he sort of appears as a character in the play.
Sort of appears as a character. Uncle Walt, Whitman. I think we can make that connection.
He speaks in poetry.
All right, so what is this play? So now we've talked about what The Blue and the Gray is and why this makes a great competition piece. Let's dive in a little bit more. So first of all, that we want to just tell you the story, and then we're going to do a little dramatic reading.
Dun, dun, dun.
In the ghostly light, but we're not going to move the light, because when we move the light,
the phone falls
we
down.
broke the phone, so we're not going to do that. Okay.
It's a small miracle we're still on.
Okay, the story. The story of the play concerns Charlie. Charlie is a high school junior, and on the same night she receives an heirloom from her estranged father via her mother in the form of an antique Civil War musket. She also receives a visitor in her bedroom in the form of the ghost of a deceased sister of a classmate. Her curiosity about the ghost leads her into investigating the appearance, into the significance of the visibility of the Aurora Borealis in the Virginia night sky, the connection of Walt Whitman's visit to Fredericksburg, into confrontations with her best friend, Rachel, a Civil War enthusiast, and her relationship with Darren, brother to the deceased sister. Yes, that
deceased sister.
Right.
To the deceased.
No, he's brother to the dead girl.
Brother to the dead girl.
See,
sometimes you just have to write plain.
Sometimes you just have to write plain.
Yeah.
So, to uncovering the secrets of the Gray, a group of ambushed Confederate soldiers, and finally, what it is about the local lake, which connects all these threads together. So
Lindsay took she had disparate threads together, so she simplified it. That was good.
Well, because I'm not great with pronunciation.
Have we mentioned it's been a long day?
All right, here we go. The Blue and the Gray. So this is the opening scene. In the darkness, we hear student voices, said as a chorus. Also, we hear drumming, a Civil War area march beat on the top of the desks, and the time to the rhythm of the poetry. The effect is ethereal, haunting, an ocean in a seashell.
Beat, beat, drums! Blow, bugles, blow!
Through the windows, through doors, burst like a ruthless
Into the
force.
solemn church and scatter the congregation.
Into the school where the scholar is studying, leave not the bridegroom quiet. No happiness must he have now with
Nor
his
the
bride.
peaceful farmer any peace, plowing his field or gathering his grain.
So fierce you were, and pound you drums, so shrill you bugles blow. So my mother gave me a musket. I know. Weird, right? And if I were Rachel, I'd probably be super into it, but this is me. And when she offered me this thing, it was wrapped in burlap, and she held it out to me gently, gingerly, swaddled in her arms. It's been sitting in the corner of our attic, forgotten for the last 14 years, she said. Mom's recent cleaning binge turned it up, so she brought it down to me.
I thought you might want it.
Mom, really? What am I going to do? Defend the homestead? It's a musket. A Confederate antique that my father had abandoned in the attic. Later that night, through the rain and lightning, was the first time I talked with Anna, the kid who died 5 years ago, out in the deep blue of the lake. And talking with Anna led to Darren and Rachel and the lake, which led to the gray, to Uncle Walt and the living colors of the Aurora Borealis, and finally to the truth about all of it. But I'm getting ahead of myself. So, no. Mom called Rachel, and Rachel gave our number to some local reenactor who promised us he would give the musket a good home. And that should have been that. But as I said, that night, a thunderstorm rolled in. A latch was loose on the shutters. It banged. Open. I moved close to the window in the rain and the lightning, and I saw Anna in the corner of my bedroom. See, Anna came into the corner of the scene.
Exactly.
Oh my goodness. Okay. All right. Now we're so dim. Okay. So maybe we'll just leave it at that.
Yes, it's kind of spooky like this.
It's kind of spooky like this.
Okay.
Shall we do the other one?
Yes.
Okay. All right. So that's the opening, right? That is, we have the atmosphere, the ghostly, the Charlie.
Yeah,
not quite knowing what's going on.
And the stage directions are, the students are in their desks in the scene, in the background. And so the stage directions are indicating that they're tapping their fingers on the desks to simulate rain and smashing to simulate thunder. And
knocking over lights.
So that's a great, that's a great example of how theatrical this piece is that it's not relying on sound effects, it's relying on the performers bringing the scene to life.
So Charlie and her best friend Rachel have to do a Civil War project, and they have brought into their group Darren. Darren is the brother of Anna, the dead girl. And Charlie and Darren are talking. Don't know that I've ever seen Moz so disappointed.
I know.
How you doing?
Good. Rachel's been weird to me.
Yeah, she's back in super student mode, throwing herself into the project and everything. Every time we go there, I think about the Lost.
She was a good egg, Anna.
I wanted to get him talking. Talking's good, isn't it?
Smart, too. God, she was smart. Had the best GPA in the 5th grade. I know that doesn't mean much to us now, but she cut her shapes, did her long division, read her scholastic books from the book fair. I mean, that's AP level work when you're a 5th grader. We used to play Mario Kart together. That little jerk always used the spiny shell on me when I take the lead. Always sending me spinning out of control while she sped ahead, laughing like she wasn't cheating. I mean, technically, she wasn't cheating, but you get the idea. I remember yelling down into the ice, like a dumbass, like she could hear me. "You're swimming the wrong way," I yelled. "Turn around," I yelled. "Hold your breath," I yelled. Her blue, fingerless gloves kept slamming against the ice below me like she was waving at me, like she was trying to give me a high five. I thought it was like cursed. The lake, cursed, haunted, whatever. When we first learned about the Lost, I thought it was, you know, the lake's fault, like something out of a King novel, like some Indian burial ground would explain it all away. Silly, I know. Middle school. But I think that's why I just went along with it. Being grouped with you and Rachel. Do you know what happened to your dad out there?
But, you know about that?
5 years, Emerson. But you never wondered about the lake. Tell me, had you been the right age, you wouldn't have dug around, spent slow summer Saturdays poring over whatever Mrs. Hicks has in the library.
Well, no, I didn't. I was a 4-year-old kid. I barely remember my father. I remember he had these sunglasses he used to wear. Aviators. I think they called them. Aviators, I think they called them. Shiny gold rims and reflective lenses. He'd hold me, carry me on his shoulders or hold me in front of him. And when he did, all I could see was my own face distorted back at me as I reached for... He used to laugh, and it made me laugh, which made him laugh, and we'd never stop. It used to make Mom so mad. I remember his breath smelled like honey, always slightly sick, slightly sweet. But no, I never thought much about the lake.
You can still see it, The spot on the tree where your dad's car bumper rolled into it. Broke off chunks of bark. Rested against the bare trunk. Bark never grows back.
Karen, stop.
It's where the ambulance pulled in, right to the same tree. That's when they got out, wrapped the tree line in yellow tape. They dove down to pull her out.
This isn't doing anyone any good. Talking...
The yellow tape never got pulled down, just torn in the wind and left lying on the broken blocks along the surface of the ice. The ice melted that spring, and bet that tape is still down there somewhere, covered in dirt and sod. A warning to the fish. Danger. Do not cross.
Fish can't read. Okay. All right, next time we do this, we need a better... No, we're just not going to try. We're not going to try. We're just going to do this because we're wrapping up. We're wrapping up. Lights have gone, phones have gone flying, but that does not distract from the fact that we believe this, the blue and the gray. Where is it? Bring it back. Hold it in. Something like that. Can hardly see. That's okay. Is your next competition piece. There is a link in the description where you can go and you can read above 80% of the play online for free. Get a good sense of it. That is where we're going to end the blue and the gray. New play. Awesome.
Blue?
Oh, yes, I didn't even do it.
Yes, the blue.
And the gray.
And the gray. Although it was much easier to see when the light was working.
It was much easier to see when the light was working.
All right, so this play is haunted too, because but
yes.
it won't be for you.
Not for you.
Only for your audience.
Yeah. All right. Bye.
Spooky.